It was 2:17 in the morning when the biggest billboard on the 101 freeway in Los Angeles lit up. Nobody would have guessed that the owner of that 20-meter sign was a kid sitting right across the street in an old Honda, sipping cold coffee. A sneaker brand's logo filled the screen. Thousands of cars passed underneath. A few people glanced up, took it in, then turned their eyes back to the road. Inside a beat-up Honda Civic, just a few yards away, a 22-year-old stared at the billboard. Plain t-shirt, a cold cup of coffee on the dashboard, and eyes that looked like they were running numbers nobody else could see. His name was Adrian, and that billboard, along with two others on the same freeway, belonged to him. His name wasn't on any of them. His father had once owned a small restaurant in San Diego. When business picked up, his father talked about it to friends, to neighbors, to people he hadn't seen in years. Maybe he wanted to share the moment. Maybe he was just happy. Maybe after years of grinding, he was finally breathing and couldn't keep it inside. But a few months later, the favor requests started. Then the partnership pitches. Then the people who suddenly remembered they'd given him the idea in the first place. The friends he used to laugh with became creditors. The people who praised him on the way up quietly disappeared on the way down. 2 years later, the restaurant closed. Adrian was 16. He never forgot the way his father stood at the front door, keys in hand, turned the lock, and walked away without a word. Adrian understood something that day. That when people know you have money, they stop seeing you the same way. 3 years later, Adrian was 19, working part-time at a small advertising firm. Most days his job was forgettable, checking billboard locations, sending emails, taking photos of signs no one else paid attention to. One afternoon, he overheard something in the office kitchen. The owner of an old billboard on the outskirts of the city was trying to sell it fast, drowning in debt, behind on payments. No agency wanted it. The sign was rusted. One corner leaned slightly toward the highway. Half the lights flickered out most nights. The asking price was $18,000. Adrian had 12. That evening, after work, he drove out to see the billboard. Cars rushed past on the highway below. The metal frame groaned softly in the wind. The billboard looked tired, like something the city had forgotten to take down. Adrian stood there for a long time, just staring up at it. No business plan, no advisor, no certainty it would work. Just a thought that wouldn't leave him alone. People were already driving past this spot every night. Eventually, he got back in the car. The next morning, he went to the bank and took out a loan. The first month, he made $900. $900 that came in while he was asleep. The billboard had done the work. He hadn't. A year later, a second billboard, then a third. His friends still thought he was the same part-time guy at the ad firm. His landlord just knew him as the quiet tenant who always paid rent on time. Adrian had registered a small company under a name that said nothing about him, a plain LLC. Contracts ran through it. Most clients had never seen his face. They only knew an email address. And now, at 2:17 in the morning, sitting in that same old Civic, he picked up his phone and read the payment confirmation. 3 months, $87,000. He read the number twice. Not because he didn't believe it, but because 3 years ago he wouldn't have believed it. He turned the screen off. No celebration. No calls to make. Instead, he pulled a small notebook from the glove compartment and wrote, "Industrial billboard near Long Beach Harbor. Look into the owner." For a moment, he thought about that locked door in San Diego, his father's hands, the key turning, the sound that never really went away. He started the car, merged into the river of headlights. Just another car on the freeway, which was exactly how he liked it.